I've lost 70 pounds since I started my fitness journey about 5 years ago, going from a beefy 220 down to a lean and mean 150 at my absolute lightest. And I've been doing this while still traveling, while enjoying alcohol, while enjoying my meals out. And it's become really a constant routine in my life to maintain this level of fitness while still going out and seeing the world. And right now I'm in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, on the East Coast, the Atlantic side of Mexico. And in this video, I want to go through kind of like a day in the life of how I'm eating, how I'm training to stay in shape in Mexico, in a country that is not necessarily known for having low calorie options and being a fitness focused country, having one of the higher obesity rates in the world. But I did want to prove that it is just honestly very, very straightforward. I've been to like 30 or so countries over the last few years. And I pretty much just eat and train the same way, no matter where I am in the world. And it's gotten to the point now where there really is no excuse. Pretty much every country in the world has chickens, has gyms. So in this video, we're just going to go through kind of like a normal day routine, what I'm eating, how I'm training, how many steps I'm getting in, what I'm doing throughout the day in order to maintain a relatively lean body weight. And before we get into this, it is important to understand I do have really, really, really low percentile genetics for staying in shape. So my calories are likely a lot lower than most people will need to do. But for me, this is really the only way to maintain this body weight. It's just an unfortunate reality of how my body has become over the years. I do need to generally eat less than 2,000 calories while averaging over 15,000 steps a day in order to maintain or ideally lose a little bit of weight. Just how it is, I initially got into this doing like 75 hard, and I was eating like 1,500, 1,600 calories a day, exercising for over 2 hours a day, and that's really when I first got lean. And since then, this is generally just the point that I'm able to maintain in my daily life. Okay, so first things first, we're just getting ready for the gym, so we're having our pre-workout meal. I will include the calories and macros right here so you can see what I'm eating, but I'm starting off with pretty much the same thing I have in every single country. I'll have 2 breakfast sandwiches. At home, if I can get them, bagels. I do like bagels just more than toast. I'll have 4 pieces of toast, generally some lunch meat of some kind. This is like turkey breast, which is like really, really lean, pretty much just all protein, very low in fat, good for a breakfast meal. All right, pre-workout meal is done. We're gonna nuke back some pre-workout, some creatine, head to the gym for a little back and biceps day, a little bit of a pull. See you guys there. All right, I've been doing a lot of these sort of Jeff Nippard style back and biceps workouts lately. They seem to be working really, really well for me. So starting things off with the neutral grip, actually a little bit wider than neutral grip on the lat pull down, aiming for 3 sets of 10 to 12. This one here I'm doing at 140 pounds. All right, and after that, moving into the T-bar row, which if you have watched that Jeff Nippard video, he actually says is the highest form of hypertrophy for like the mid and upper back is actually the T-bar row. And this is something that just feels really, really, really good. I get a good pump on it. I'm able to load it as heavy as I possibly can. From there, we basically just move into the king of bicep exercises, just a standard dumbbell curl. I rotate. I find I'm able to get a little bit better of a squeeze, and I'm really able to just focus on one arm at a time and just really, really pump that at the top. I always have my bicep vein really, really pumping out by the end of this. After the standard dumbbell curl, I typically move into the hammer curl. Generally is the best for actually building like the width of your biceps. So these two in combination ultimately gives you like the full range for your biceps. And this is kind of something new recently. I'm not really too sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I saw it on a TikTok or an Instagram reel of these behind the back forearm curls. Typically, I just do them seated like Sam Sulek style. I'm not sure how I feel about this. This is kind of a work in progress. All right, back from the gym. It is already like 32 degrees Celsius at like before 9 a.m. So I feel gross. good pump. pretty sweaty and gross. So I'm gonna have a shower, shave, and then I have a little bit of errands to do. So we'll get some extra steps in. I gotta take my laundry to my favorite abuelita, and we'll see you there.
Something. Ya son mis sabanas y mis toallas. ¿Es posible hoy?
No, hasta mañana a las 4:30.
Solo mañana.
¿O quieres el express?
Sí, sí. Necesito por hoy porque es para mi cama.
Pero sería de la noche.
Sí, está bien. ¿A qué hora de la noche?
A las
8:30. Claro. No, estoy bien, estoy viviendo muy cerca.
All right, we're back in the gaff, coffee secure, laundry dropped off. I typically do drink maybe one additional coffee a day other than my pre-workout in the morning. I find the caffeine actually helps like suppress my appetite as much as possible. Always black, never sugar, never with milk, never with cream, anything like that. Same with the energy drinks. If I'm like going midday walk, maybe I'll have like a sugar-free Monster or something like that just to give me a little bit more energy. When you're consuming this little calories, it's really, really hard to stay like energized throughout the day. So I find like just consuming lethal amounts of caffeine to be a really good way for me to stay focused, allow me to be productive throughout the day, even though I'm not really eating that much food. But it is just after 10 o'clock now. We're about 11,000 steps on the day. So already making really good progress towards that 15,000. I'm going to do putt around the house for a little bit. Got a couple things to do here. And then I'm going to go for kind of a midday, maybe lunch walk in the afternoon. And I'll see you guys there. All right, time for meal number 2. I am starving. Haven't eaten anything else today. So we are having for lunch 3 eggs. Gonna have a little bit of this jamon serrano, kind of like prosciutto, which is actually remarkably low in fat and just high in protein. So 3 eggs, a little bit of serrano ham, as well as 2 of these low carb tortillas. And I'm also going to cut up with that some watermelon to enjoy with my lunch. So a little bit of a higher carb lunch and higher fat than I would like. So my protein is about 80 or 90 grams for the day, and I'm already at 1,000 calories. So we need to have probably chicken breast for dinner or something really lean, just pure protein, in order to make sure I'm hitting my goal of 1 gram per pound of body weight while still keeping in a 1,700 calorie meal plan. So this is gonna be meal number 2. I'm gonna go for a walk in a bit, get some more steps in, and then I'll see you guys there. Well, I was supposed to go for a lunch walk, but it is now the rainiest it's been in the entire time I've been here. And I'm not sure. I guess we have to wait and see. Hopefully the weather improves, because right now it's too rainy to even go outside. So I'm just gonna putt around the house a little bit more, watch some TV, and hopefully we'll be able to get outside in a couple hours. All right, just got back from the walk, about to have my final meal of the day, as you can see on screen right here. So doing a 450 gram cowboy steak. Unfortunately, I don't really have any other calories left for the day, so that's going to be it. Totals are on the screen here, right about 1,650 calories, 170-ish grams of protein, and right now I'm weighing right around 170 pounds. So the goal is to eat 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. I'm doing that. And this is kind of the reality. You see these videos of people doing like mukbangs of like 4,000 or 5,000 calories a day as their normal diet. And unfortunately, genetics are a spectrum. And some people can eat like huge amounts. And then other people like me with really bad genetics and really bad metabolism for fitness. Just unfortunately, this is how much calories I can eat. Total steps for the day, I'm sitting just over 17,000. I try to average between 15 and 20,000 a day, between strength training 5 times a week and then doing those step counts. Generally lets me maintain my weight or potentially be losing a little bit. When I got back from Spain a couple months ago, it was just close to 180. So I've lost, I guess, like 10 or so pounds over the last 4 months. But that's kind of the reality, like when you see these cuts on Instagram and I see people saying like, if you eat 1,700 calories, you'll lose like 3-4 pounds a week. Unfortunately, no, it's a lot to do with genetics, and this is how I maintain it. So this was kind of like a preview into how I diet here in Mexico. And really my diet, like I've talked about, doesn't change too much. I think like it's kind of an excuse that people have when they're traveling or if they're on vacation or if they're in the new city. Like I pretty much eat and train the same no matter where I am. I use apps like MyFitnessPal, as you can see from the screenshots here, as something like Heavy, HEVY, as my lifting app that tracks my weights over time. So really anywhere I am in the world, I'm able to keep track of how much I'm lifting, how much I'm eating, how much I'm weighing. All these things really don't change that much no matter where I am. So hopefully this video was useful to get a little bit of a preview into how I stay in shape here in Mexico. Gonna have some more content coming up soon. So if this video was useful, feel free to leave a like or comment in the section below. Always helps the algorithm. As always, my name's Alex. Welcome back to Lifting Nomad. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.